Check it out on the 13th of this month. Liberty Home Equity Solutions is going to be putting on a webinar with us on how to do reverse purchase mortgages. So a reverse mortgage on a purchase, it's a great market segment to learn about and to get some business from. You're going to learn all about it again on the 13th. Click this banner you see right here over on your right and we'll see you there. All right, I was reading an article from DS News yesterday morning that was an interview with Genworth Mortgage Insurance Chief Economist Tyne Liu. Now, I've put a link to the article down below. I suggest you check it out as it's really insightful. And this economist, I guess he's kind of a big shot, so there you go. Well, anyway, one of the questions that was asked of him is this, and I think it's important for all of us to hear this question. He said, what are the factors impacting housing supply, that'd be inventory? Do you see this challenge continuing into 2019? Good question. Well, he cited a few factors, and one of those factors being the shortage of repeat buyers. Now, here's what he had to say about that. If you look at the type of home buyers, repeat buyers sell the unit they're living in to buy another one, creating a lower impact on inventory. On the other hand, a first-time home buyer is moving out of their apartment or their parents' or friend's house to start a new household, so the drain on inventory is bigger from a first-time home buyer. In fact, I think it was 40% of all home buyers last year were first-time home buyers. 40%, that's huge, right? And this year, year to date, I think it's at 32%, which is still quite a lot. So they're really gobbling up the inventory. So the move-up buyer creates less of a drain on housing inventory, obviously because they add a home to the market before they take an existing listing off of the market. The other thing about a move-up buyer is that they oftentimes create a new opportunity for a first-time home buyer, depending on the value of the home that they're selling. Now, I think it's clear that we can conclude that move-up buyers don't really solve the inventory problem we have right now, but it helps a little, and it certainly doesn't hurt. Now, if you've been in the real estate and mortgage game for any length of time, you know that a 6-month inventory is typically considered to be healthy. If you're above 6 months, there's too much inventory. If you're below, there's not enough. And according to a recent NAR report, we're sitting at about 4.3 months inventory as of July of this year. So we're a bit under, but we're not too far off. But anyway, let's get back to that move-up buyer. Clearly, the move-up buyer is good for housing as a whole. But if you think about it, the move-up buyer is like the greatest thing in the world for a real estate agent and a mortgage loan officer. I mean, the real estate agent gets a listing, which is like the most insanely awesome thing ever for them, and possibly a sale, depending on where the move-up buyer is moving to geographically. So score for the move-up buyer for the real estate agent. And check it out, there's at least 2 mortgages generated in that deal. The mortgage for the new buyer of the move-up buyer's home that they're selling, and of course, the mortgage for the move-up buyer on the home that they're moving to. So there's all kinds of real estate and mortgage love and joy and happiness going on around there. So how do we find a potential move-up buyer and get them to actually move up? I mean, is it Facebook? Maybe. Is it Twitter? Maybe. Is it Instagram? Maybe. Is it email blasts? Maybe. I mean, any of these means might generate some kind of a lead. But what about this idea? And bear with me here. Cold calling people. Cold calling people on the phone. And presenting your case to them as to why they should consider making the move now. I tell you, clearly we have a huge problem here. That being, few do none believe this is even possible. And even fewer would ever do the tried and proven strategy of cold calling. I mean, come on, man. This is 2018. Nobody does that. You know who does believe that'll work, though? And who's not afraid to cold call? Believe it or not, my completely crazy and totally insane business partner, Brian Stevens. Now, I don't know if any of you realize this, but my partner, business partner that is, I want to emphasize that, is completely insane. He is. He's out of his mind. In fact, hey, guys, is Brian crazy or what? Okay, thanks. Yeah, back to work. Yeah. And he often says things that make people just cringe, right? He's kind of like that thing that sort of freaks you out, but you just can't look away. And it's this insanity and complete lack of fearing what should obviously be feared that's made him successful. Like, a lot. Freaks me out. It blows my mind. Now, with the move-up buyer issue in mind, check this out. Brian Stevens, for no reason whatsoever, decided that for no money whatsoever or no profit or benefit to this company, decided that he was going to come up with a cold calling game plan to create move-up buyer business all on his own and then inject these move-up buyers into the market. And guess what? He did it. Yeah, he did it. And not only did he come up with an absolutely detailed, crazy, impossible plan, but then he went further. And he actually got like-minded, insane, crazy real estate agents to drink his crazy Kool-Aid and get on board with the whole idea. And what's even more out of this world insane and crazy, these clearly insane real estate agents into our office as usual to do it all live on Facebook, having no idea if his demented master plan would work. He threw caution to the wind, as he often does, and laid his titanium nads on the table and just went for it. Then the craziest thing happened. Yeah, as usually does with him and his nutty ideas. It worked. It worked. Appointments got set with potential move-up buyers for these Kool-Aid drinking agents who dared to listen to the rantings of a man who's clearly out of his mind. A man who doesn't get it when it comes to marketing in today's world, right? Now, if you want to see this, just get on Facebook, and if you're not friends with Brian Stevens already, go become his friend, look down his timeline, or find his videos, and you'll see it there somewhere. And if you don't, just stay tuned and jump on his live feeds when he goes live, which he does virtually every business day, by the way. Look, I'm just gonna say that when times get tough, you have to do tough things. And over the past 11 years, I've watched my batshit crazy partner do unorthodox things that just freaking work, okay? And you can too. Look, I've been in the industry since January of 1987, and yes, I said 87, and I've seen tough markets come and go. And every time a tough market comes, it's always the people who belly up to the table and find ways to have more actual physical conversations about real estate or mortgages that wind up not only surviving through tough markets, but actually thriving in them. Anyway, I hope that helps. Go check out Brian's video. I'm not BSing you. He's totally insane, but sometimes insanity is just what works best. With that, you have a good one. Do us a favor, forward, share, and subscribe. We'll catch you later here at the Natural Estate Post.
Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Insanity.